Hey guys, Millennial Max here, just doing a quick couple videos for you today. We're going to talk about real quick is Social Security. If you talk to millennials, most of them say, oh, well, Social Security is not going to be around when I'm here. When I'm old, Social Security is not going to be there. And we all kind of talk about it like it's not a big deal, like, oh, no big deal, it's not going to be there. Meanwhile, the government essentially is stealing our money. I mean, you get your paycheck, and I heard a story one time, a girl got her first real job, and she ran to her boss and said, what is all this money missing? Where's all my money? He's like, taxes, Social Security, blah, blah, blah. And so what I'm getting is, I wanted to read a quick article for you guys today about two things. One, about how many millennials actually think they're gonna get Social Security. And then the second thing is, what happens in, let's say, less established or less secure countries when people do not get their Social Security, and what happens when people are told they're not going to get their Social Security. So the first thing is, will millennials be able to use Social Security? Retirement planning is an essential part of good financial management. Now is the time to get serious about your retirement planning to determine what you need to save and how much you should set aside. The Social Security system is changing, and the payout amounts and the eligibility age is different each year. If you are a millennial, you may be wondering just how much you should rely on Social Security and if you should include it in your overall retirement planning. What is happening with Social Security? The difficult thing with the Social Security system is that it is going to have a much more difficult time to continue funding retirement over the years as the larger, older working population moves into retirement. This means that benefits may be adjusted to help fund a larger population. The age to begin to draw on Social Security has already changed, as have the amounts that are paid out each month. Social Security may continue until you retire, but at this point, it is difficult to determine exactly what benefits will be available and at what age you will be able to access them. You should pay attention to the changes that are made to the Social Security system, as the changes can impact your retirement. I repeat, the changes that are going to happen will impact your retirement, millennials. You will receive a Social Security report every 5 years that will list your estimated monthly benefit, as well as the benefit of your spouse or children if you were to pass on, and the amount you would receive if you became disabled. The amount that you make each year and the number of years that you contribute to the system can also affect the amount that you will receive. You should receive this report every 5 years starting at 25 years old. You need to pay attention to the amounts listed and note changes from year to year. Should I rely on Social Security as part of my retirement? At this point, it does not seem to be a good option to rely on Social Security as the primary way to fund your retirement. Even now, many seniors that are living only on Social Security income have a difficult time making ends meet. If you want to retire comfortably, you need to save for retirement separately from the Social Security system. You may include your Social Security as part of the overall amount that you are going to save, or look at it as a bonus income that may be there when you retire. As a bonus income that may be there when you retire? I know when people are paying into Social Security every month, they're not looking at it as a bonus amount that may be there when you retire. This is a huge deal. Millennials are not factoring this in because we're just told, oh, Social Security, it's there, it's coming out of my check, the government's holding it for me to make sure I don't spend it and I'm not stupid with it. The fact of the matter is, guys, this is right in front of our face, and what are we gonna do about it? So I'm gonna go ahead and read you an article from Armstrong Economics. Go ahead and do some research into who Martin Armstrong is. I first learned about Martin Armstrong in 2015. Watching The Forecaster is what really made me start to question everything I knew and I thought I knew about the US government and laws and rights. Because if you look at what was done to this man, it was not okay and it was not just. And anyways, but he put out an article today and it said, Nicaragua Protests over the collapse of Social Security. At least 10 people have died in Nicaragua during this week's violent protest over the government's planned changes to the Social Security system. Nicaraguans began protesting on Wednesday against measures that increase worker contributions and lower pensions. The economics of Marxism has completely failed, and the decline in the birth rates spells doom for most pension models. By the way, at least Europe and the United States, people are not having as many kids. Most part of civilization, people are not having a lot of kids, barely even having 2 kids per household. Keep that in mind when it pertains to Social Security and the future. This has been a direct confrontation with Ortega, a former Marxist guerrilla who has had to face the reality of Marxism, as did Russia and China. Protesters in Managua threw rocks and set fires in unrest that started Wednesday, and police responded with tear gas and rubber bullets. Late on Saturday, local media stated that a reporter was shot and killed during a live broadcast from Bluefields, a town on Nicaragua's Caribbean coast that has been hit by the violence. This is the civil unrest that will rise up around the West as socialism continues to collapse. So all you millennials out there that think socialism is so cool, look at what's going on in other countries. Socialism has never worked anywhere. Please keep that in mind. That being said, crony capitalism isn't good either, but socialism doesn't work. This is the civil unrest that will rise up around the West as socialism continues to collapse. The taxes must rise and the benefits must decline, and even that will not keep the social systems in place for more than 2 years. We will have to face a complete revision of the monetary system. It's interesting because Armstrong doesn't seem to be a believer in cryptocurrency at all, but so many things he talks about, cryptocurrency and blockchain is the answer to increased privacy and taking control away from banks and the government pertaining to our finances. But for some reason, I don't know why, he doesn't seem to be a believer in it, which is maybe the only thing I don't agree with him about, because the man's a genius. How that is approached, so he says, we will have to face a complete revision of the monetary system. How that is approached will determine if we have violent confrontations with government and the rich are dragged from their homes and hanged, as so often taken place in the past. So guys, I just want you to keep your eyes open to what's going on in other places in the world. As millennials in the United States, we are totally oblivious, the majority of us, to potential things that can happen other places in the world, but we have an American exceptionalism that says that can never happen to us. That will never happen to us. We're American. This is America. And frankly, that's a foolish way to think. So thanks for checking out the video. If you learned, liked it, like, subscribe. I only ask you to do that because I watch tons of YouTube and I forget to like or subscribe. So hit that like button, subscribe, and remember, stay thankful, live life to the max, because the world is yours. Have a great day, guys.